Back to Spruce Hill Outdoors. We are down in Assateague Island in Maryland, here to see the wild horses. We're going to camp in a tent tonight, right on the beach, and see the horses while we're here. Haven't done a video since beginning of the year. I think April was the last one I did. I've had one family tragedy after another ever since that. I'm trying to deal with all that, so I haven't had time to go anywhere or make any videos, but we come down here to get away from all the tragedy and have a little bit of a vacation and see some of the wild horses. So we're right here at the beach, and we're going to try to record the horses and whatever we do while we're here, so stay tuned. These little ones up here. Oh. The Assateague Island State Park. Come to see the wild horses. There they are.
Aw, that one's little.
A little sandpiper there running around the beach. Here we are. Right next to the ocean. Check that out. The ocean's alive today. It don't look like no calm wave, does it? I don't see any horses down here though. Here we are down here. This is right outside of our campsite. Got some wild ponies right on the walking trail. Hey there, fella.
That one's pretty.
Yeah. Listen, she tried to do a bleach blonde mane. You forgot to dye that part of it.
That one looks like it was pregnant or
I
something.
think there's one back in there too.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that one.
One here, a chocolate one. All right, we're here at our campsite now. We got a little fire ring over here. Got a picnic table. And here's our tent we set up. That's where we're sleeping tonight. There's the ocean. And right back here is the trail where the horses are on, back through here. And we got cactuses everywhere. Look at these cactuses. One there and back here, just full of them. And there's evidence of horses in our campsite. So, we're gonna go, there's a nature trail over here. We're gonna take a walk around it and see what's here, and we'll record more as we go. All right, you come to Assateague, you gotta eat seafood. We came to the Assateague Crab House. We're gonna go in here and see what it is. She says it's rated 4.4 stars. We're gonna see. Well, here we are inside the crab house, and check that out. This is a dinner for two. We got some lobster, some blue crab, coleslaw, there's snow crab clusters, there's shrimp, corn on the cob, and some oysters. So we are gonna eat. Man, look at the pinchers on that baby. All right, we finished eating at the Assateague Crab House. See, I got one of their hats. Their food was really good. It was nice. I mean, we cleaned up the whole plate. So, but now we're back at our campground, and there's this walking trail here. I'm going to flip my camera around so you can see it, and we're going to walk the trail. So the first one, it says welcome to Storybook Trail. So if you have kids, this is kind of cool. So we're bringing reading outdoors. Join us for a story on our bike path. This walk is a half a mile and ends at our nature center. Stop and visit to meet our animals. So that's the first one. Then you just kind of walk down this trail, and they have these stations. The first each one says something different. And there's horses along this trail also. So, and it started raining on us. Oh well. Yeah, don't look like it's going to be anything great. So that was the first one. Then you get to the second, and they have a little thing here. A day at the salt marsh. And there's some books there that you can find at the activity center. So then there's a deer up there. Check that out. There's a deer up there going across the road. Right there. So all kinds of wildlife here. Don't just see horses, you have deer and everything. So, all kinds of stuff to see down here. You can see the campground sites. Everyone's got their camper set up and stuff. We're tenting it. We didn't bring the camper. Maybe next time. There's a big old bird flying. Now you come up to the next one. It says a day at the salt marsh. And it has a little story here. I'm gonna read it what it said.
Enjoy a day in one of the most dynamic habitats on Earth, the salt marsh. Fun to read, rhyming verse introduces readers to hourly changes in the marsh as the tide comes and goes. Watch the animals that have adapted to this ever-changing environment as they hunt for food or play in the sun, and learn how the marsh grass survives even when it's covered by salt water twice a day.
It has in here about blue crabs and periwinkle snails, great blue herons, bottlenose dolphins, fiddle crabs, all kinds of stuff. So that's kind of neat. The kids would kind of like that. Our kids are all grown up, so we don't have any kids to bring here to do that. Maybe our grandkids when they get a little older. Yeah. See Handy down here, he'd be having a ball. Yeah, first ball, my goodness. There's a campsite area over there.
Deer go. I could get close to it.
I'm not sure. He went right across by our campsite. And we're up here to the next storybook. It says the sun comes up in the salt marsh, the birds respond with song. If you decide to stay a while, you'll see changes all day long. So that's just another story. Kind of neat. Now we're just going to walk up this trail and see what else is on this trail. See if we see any wildlife. If we do, we'll record it. But this little storybook thing is cool. It goes the whole way up along here and then it cuts over to the nature center. So it'd be good. The kids would like it. All right, we walked all the way down this trail all the way in. This is the last one. It says, thanks for joining us on our storybook trail. Across the road is our nature center. Stop in and visit, meet our ambassador animals, and see our displays. So the nature center's right across the street over there. So that's where this trail ends. And there's some stuff in there for kids to see. So then the beaches. Down all the way down along there. And there's others. Look here, look at the little fawn. There's a little fawn just came out. See it up there?
I can't believe the deer were
Deer everywhere, horses are everywhere. Right on the other side, this is another road for the federal part of the campground. We're in the state park. We were going to camp in the federal side right on the beach, but it was full, so we had to come over to the state park side, and they only had 2 spots left for a campsite, so we were lucky to even get a spot. But we got a spot, we're set up. We're going to stay here for the night. But yeah, this is a really nice. Come down here if you like wildlife and the beach and stuff. It's everything combined into one. So there's a little, that's a little Sitka deer. That's not a fawn. That's what's called a Sitka deer. It's a little different kind of deer than a whitetail. Just they're eating. You don't care. What you doing there, buddy? That's kind of cool. beach below our campsite, and sitting here watching the waves, and the seagulls are over here, and the little sandpipers are running around. Down there catching sand crab. The seagulls are over here looking for some food. Just watching the waves. Sitting here at the picnic table, and we got visited by seagulls. They're trying to raid our food. Every critter around here is begging for food. It's funny how one came over and then they all came over. They're hungry little buggers. We fed chipmunks on our last video, and now we're feeding seagulls. We should have bought those peanuts we had. I'm videoing it. Here we're walking up this trail. There's a nice little walking trail here. Look right here. Nice little pony. Got a white patch on his butt. He's sleeping in there. Look, he's sleeping.
He's munching.
He's eating something. You know, a care in the world. Walking up this trail, and this horse came right out of the woods. We were trying to get a picture of it in the video. They say stay 40 feet back, and we were staying back, and he started following us. So he's like right there. These are all wild horses. They're not tame. They're wild horses. They'll bite you, kick you, whatever. So you have to stay back from them, but they're not afraid of people at all. So it's pretty neat to be down here and see them. You still gotta be careful when you're around them because they're a wild animal. They're not tame. There's a campfire going back at the campsite. It's about 8 o'clock in the evening. Just settled in. The tent and everything set up. Down there. Just gonna relax by the fire, go to sleep, and get up tomorrow and go over and see some more horses. Down here walking the beach this morning. Sun's coming up over the ocean. Nobody out here. We're just walking. Little sandpipers are out here though. Looking for seashells or whatever. Just taking a walk. Beautiful morning. thought we'd come over here to the federal side this morning, and horses are already out walking along here, right along the roadway you drive in at. Where'd that one go? Is he walking right beside you? Yeah. He's like, hey, what's up? It's a pretty horse. They're all getting drinks. There must be a little spring down there. They're getting drinks in the water.
Yeah, they are.
They're all getting a little drink. He says, hey, I want some too. Here comes another one behind you. Well, we drove back over to the federal side of the park. There's a state park and a federal side. And over here on the federal side, they have bike trails that you can go all over the place. Like only bikes are walking. And then this is called the Life of the Forest Trail. We're gonna go over and walk on it and see what it is. You see they got a nice, it's like a boardwalk, nice boardwalk trail. Goes right back into the woods. Harbor life. Look at different birds. There's a snake. You asked about the snake, a black rat snake. Turkeys. Deer. Then we'll go back through here and see. This is walking only. It looks, yeah, no bikes. This is walking only. Apparently the horses like to walk on it. I'm gonna walk back through this trail and see what's back here. All right, we walk back this trail a little ways. There's the trail there. And there's these little signs here. It's just it says about wolf spiders, North flicker, the white-tailed deer. We've seen plenty of those. And then this one over here. It's a freshwater oasis, reliable source of water for the wildlife, so for the horses and everything else. But you can see this water goes right back in through the trees and stuff. There's one of them birds up there. See that bird? That's the one that's on that thing back here.
The nuthatch.
Yeah, the nuthatch. That's up there.
Is that a turtle down there? Or am I seeing things?
I see a. Oh no, there's a turtle there. They're there in the log. There's a nice little big turtle.
He just tucked his head in.
No, he didn't. He's up on a log.
Oh yeah, I see his head moving in.
That's neat. So it's kind of cool back in here. We're back in the trees, and the trail continues up this way. We'll go up and see what else is in here. We're a little further up the trail here. The trail comes up through the woods. This is like a marshland out here. We're gonna walk up this ramp. It's got handrails like for people. You see the horses. We see some horses out here, but we haven't seen any yet. Still, it's beautiful. There's a big crane out there. Let's see. This is like an observation point in here if you want to see what's out there. I might be able to zoom in on that bird out there. Big old crane out here. You see him or not? There he is. All kinds of wildlife. Look at this view. Beautiful. All right, we come out to another one of these observation points here. It says a thin ribbon of life. Cross section of the island reveals distinct habitat zones, dynamic Atlantic Ocean east shapes the shoreline. Winds and tides build the primary dunes as salt spray and intense sunlight dictate the plant animals that can survive here. The center of the island is higher, it's richer soil and more protected. Enables great biodiversity. So you can see here what they're talking about. Look at that. Someone's got a nice camp spot out there. There's another one of them cranes out there. See his head sticking up?
Yeah.
Now we're walking out to this next spot here, out to the end. Pointing the wrong direction for the video. Another observation point out this end. You can see that crane maybe a little closer. I wonder if the horses swim across this or just tromp through it. If I was a horse, this is where I'd be hanging out, water and stuff. Oh, this is cool. They got a bench here. You can sit and watch stuff. There's a crane out there. He's out there catching some fish. I thought I saw another one over here somewhere. I don't know where it went. It's just beautiful out here. Oh, this would be a good picture. Look, there's that train out there. See him? There you go. There he is. All right, we just left the nature trail, and just up the road a little piece, there's this is a history exhibit, so we wanted to see what that was, but I also wanted to show you up here, this crossing here. It's a biking or walking only. It's a trail. It goes, I don't know where it goes because we don't have a bike, but it goes all the way out through the park. So if you have a bike, you can ride this. Look at this nice road they have for you. Right out through there. And over here is where it says the history exhibit, so we're going to see what's over here. There's an old boathouse. We're walking out here, we came across these couple horses hiding back in the trees. This is another walking trail. They have walking and bike trails all the way along here. It goes all the way up through the campsites and horse whisperer trying to go there to the horses. More horses back in the woodside. Huh? Get some pictures while you're over there. Well, I guess this is the history part. It's a U.S. life-saving station.
The boathouse is the only surviving structure on Assateague Island associated with the U.S. Life-Saving Service. It was moved here from its original location at Pope's Island. This photo shows the USLS's
Pictures from 1910. Wow. That's cool. A little Sitka deer up here walked out. Yep, he's going back in. He said, I don't want no part of this. All the ducks here. We got some wildlife everywhere. The ducks are just hanging out. Got a couple horses right here along the fence. There's one there, and one back here going. It looks like there's one right up here, a couple. Oh, this is neat. Look at this. Right there along the side. You don't care. Look at this pretty one over here. Well, you just drive along the road and these horses just come right out. That's right outside the car window there. They're all over the place around here. Pretty horses. They're everywhere. It's like deer back home. I mean, they're horses. Well, deer here too, though. Different types of deer. We've seen Sitka, whitetail. Yeah. So we just pulled up here to the, we were going to go down to the beach and we pulled in the parking lot. There's horses. Out through there. One over here taking a nap. He's over here, he's moving his ears around. He's just taking a nap. Here we are. There's the horses right there. And then walk out to the beach right here. There's a little store there. I don't know if you want to see if it's in the store or not.